So I'm like, oh, I just have a little dollar. So I get the dollar and I try to give it to the man, and he literally like sticks up his middle finger at me. He's like, and I was like, I was just so confused because I was like, oh, is it because I just have a dollar? Like, damn, he mad because I just gave him a dollar or something? So I'm like, huh? I just have a dollar. Like, is that why, whatever? And he's like, no, it's because you're like, the hard R, okay?
If that's your reaction, then you're not hungry. If that's your reaction, then you're not hungry. And as far as I'm concerned, you should be highlighted as one of those people perpetrating a fraud downtown. Shout out to all of the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. I am Reese Waters, and this is Races of the Week, where we explore the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we can build a more perfect union. And also laugh. As usual, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Racism. And of course, if you have any nominees, you can drop them in the comments. You can email me at admin@reesewaters.com. Today's nominee, wheelchairs? Are we doing? Well, it's not the wheelchair's fault. Well, first we're gonna start with this dude right here. Here I was minding my own business. I swear I didn't ask for this at all. I didn't.
The camera on me, bro.
Stop, man, get out of here.
I'm a dumb. Fuck out of here. You got nothing better to do.
You.
know, like fucking people.
Get out of here. You bothering us.
Pick that up.
I don't want to. You the bed. 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 You the bed.
Pick that up if you're tough.
You the bed.
If you're tough, pick that up.
You the man.
I know I'm the man.
Okay. So what we have is a one-legged man in a wheelchair mocking whoever's videotaping, and who knows what happened beforehand because they're already videotaping, saying, I'm a dumb end, spitting, saying, pick that up. And apparently some form of intimidation. Like, I didn't really understand what he was trying to prove there, because clearly it did not work. Clearly it did not work. He's not being taken seriously at all by the people that are videotaping this particular one. But not unlike a case that we just recently covered when it came to the sinkhole. Boy, that racist karma hits quick. It really does. You know, Jesus will do what the administration won't.
Pick that up if you're tough.
I don't want to. You the bed. 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 You the bed.
Pick that up if you're tough.
You the bed.
If you're tough, pick that up.
You the man.
I know I'm the man.
Few moments later.
You want help?
Huh?
You want help?
Yeah.
You really want help?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you some help, okay?
How?
I'm gonna get somebody to help you.
How's that?
But you gotta take it back. I'm still a dumb.
No, I didn't say that.
You said I was a back there. See how it works? I'm gonna get you some help now.
Okay. I don't know exactly what this gentleman's situation is. I mean, typically when it comes to this kind of behavior, you would just assume that they have no integrity about this. This man might generally have forgotten that he said what he just said. It looks like these two videos are just minutes apart. But let that be a lesson. You never know when you're going to need somebody. But here's the thing that's just so insidious about this particular video is, due to the socio-economics in this country, we know that the disenfranchisement of black and brown folks is widespread. So if you are down bad as this gentleman is, you will encounter people who look like me often. It's not like you're not around people that look like me. You will see people that look like me. But you see those people, and they're the reason why you find yourself in this circumstance for you to project that level of hate. They're there with you. Whoever's videotaping clearly they're with you. I'm not saying he's necessarily on the street. He might have just been passing through, but they're there with you, but you have that feelings about them. Still, they have nothing, and you still blame them. How is that? How is that? Because I have used that LBJ quote about the lowest white man and convince him he's better than the highest black man and he won't mind your pick in his pocket. I've used that many times. Rarely have I seen its application just so on the nose as this one happens to be. Wild. And then our experience, right? Our experience having to take the abuse and still, very much like the sinkhole incident, taking the abuse from somebody as helpless as this gentleman is, and then also being there to help. Now, what gets really crazy about this particular video is I saw this clip, and in my research to try and get more information, which I was unsuccessful, but in my research to get more information about this video and the background to this video, look at this! A 43-year-old Liverpool fan who was last seen in a wheelchair was arrested Saturday after allegedly shouting racial slurs at Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo in a stunning scene that led to Friday's Premier League opener in England being delayed for several minutes. Merseyside police confirmed the fan was ejected from Friday's match, then announced his arrest one day later on allegations of a racially aggravated public order offense. He's been taken into custody to be interviewed. I literally searched wheelchair racist, and I couldn't wade through the deluge that came from this wheelchair racist to get information on the other wheelchair racists. Is it an epidemic? Like, I will also say this, soccer fans, y'all a different breed. Especially black soccer fans, y'all a different breed. Y'all better than me. Because on the one hand, they arrested the man, okay, which, let me tell you about America. Far from being prosecuted, as opposed to being prosecuted for that in America, you get a podcast on the right wing.
You know, for a long time, I would say I'm racialist. Mm-hmm. Now I just say I'm racist.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a whole podcast on it. You might could get you a congressional seat. You get a podcast. You might get a congressional seat, and if you really play your cards right, you can get into the State Department, like with Darren Beatty and them. You know what I mean? That's what we do for racial abuse. But touche with the charges being pressed. At the same time, I complain about a lot of the racism that I see that's rife in our American sports culture. You know, the blacks are lazy. You know, we go, the Lamar Jackson. I want my quarterbacks to be quarterbacky.
I want my quarterbacks to be quarterbacky. And to me, Lamar Jackson's just a great athlete.
You know, I talk about the racism that is rife in our sports culture. Bro, over in Europe, they be throwing bananas. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, Monkey chants? Monkey chants. Monkey chants. And throwing bananas. Like, whole chants from whole sections of the audience, whole sections of the stadium. Black soccer fans, y'all better than me. I gotta be honest. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Huh? It's a soccer jersey. Well, you know, I dabble. I dabble. Every now and again I dabble and into rocking with the soccer, and then I watch a game and see a banana thrown onto the field, and I'm like, I'm good. Yeah, all right. I'll see y'all in 6 weeks. By the way, Semenyo, who tallied 2 goals in the 4-2 loss, thanked those involved for their support after the harrowing situation. Way to handle it, my man. Here's the video in question and his interaction with the fan. Referee Anthony Taylor halted Liverpool's season opener after Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo reported an alleged racist remark from a spectator in a wheelchair. Play resumed after talks with both benches. You had a great seat for that game, and you sacrificed that and apparently your ability to go to future games because you just had to be racist to the opposing player. How normalized is this? That didn't come to your mind. The fact that didn't come to your mind. The fact that you might need him as our first gentleman. The fact that you might need somebody who looks like that someday. None of that came to your mind because of just how normalized the racism is. And speaking of how normalized the racism is, because this was crazy. I talked about how black soccer fans are a different breed.
Whoever dude is in a wheelchair, hey, go ahead, pack him up, ban him from the arena, cause he dead ass almost broke our damn streak of being unbeaten on opening day at Anfield, bro. Kick the damn dude in the wheelchair out and ban him forever. Cause why is you in a wheelchair being racist for anyway? It's one thing to be racist, but to be racist and in a wheelchair too.
So you want to ban the racist in the wheelchair because he almost cost Shaw the game. They want, I told you, you got to be a different breed. You got to be a different breed to be a black soccer fan. You know what I mean? But that is the stance, and I could see that. I could definitely see that. Now, coming back home to stateside, because once I was able to wade through that particular portion of our races of the week, I went and found this litany of videos about racist homeless people. Racist homeless people. Like, I had just got through the racist in the wheelchair. I had just waded through everything that had happened over in England. Now I land with rape.
Nothing pisses me off more than homeless people being racist. Be mad at the housing market, not black people. Like, how are you walking around pushing a cart, holding a Budweiser, dragging a Make America Great Again flag?
On my way to the store, right, I saw, I'm at this red light, and I saw this homeless man, right? And I always have money in my car for when, you come across a homeless man. I don't know. Starting my little giving back journey. So I'm like, I just have a little $1. So I get the $1 and I try to give it to the man, and he literally sticks up his middle finger at me. He's like, I was like, I was just so confused because I was like, oh, is it because I just have $1? Damn, he mad because I just gave him $1 or something? So I'm like, huh? I just have a daughter. Like, is that why, whatever? And he's like, no, it's because you're like, the hard R, okay?
If that's your reaction, then you're not hungry. If that's your reaction, then you're not hungry. And as far as I'm concerned, you should be highlighted as one of those people perpetrating a fraud downtown. You know how we see all them videos of the people that live in a nice house and come from the suburbs, go into the inner city and perpetrate a fraud so they can beg for money? That's the treatment they need to get. That's the treatment, because you're not hungry, if that's the case. If you can still be racist, you still got energy and sustenance inside of you to still be racist, you're not there yet. It's just that, and quite frankly, you are stealing from homeless people, as far as I'm concerned.
Like, hard R. I'm literally in the parking lot because this like just happened to me, so I already know like somebody's looking at me like I'm crazy. And I was like, oh! And then I started laughing. Oh my gosh, because I thought it was funny, and I was like, it's because I'm black. And he's like, yeah, it's because you're in, you know. And he's like, the sign where it's like, help. He tried to hit me with the fucking sign. He's like, don't smile at me. And he like tries to hit me with it. And I was like, I literally froze. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, the money is great. Like, you need the dollar. And then you walking down the little whatever the fuck, asking for more money with the little sign. How you gonna get more money with the sign? Everybody done seen you stuck your motherfucker up and then damn near hit me with the motherfucking sign, bitch. You ain't getting no money.
Now, not only are you refusing money, but now you are also attempting to assault somebody that was willing to give you money. Which, by the way, is a charge. You know what I mean? It's in a normal functioning society, that's charge. So here we are. We circle back around to the lowest white man. Somehow has something to say to a black woman that was actually trying to help him. Now, what's fascinating to me is as we stare in the face of an oligarchy taking hold and taking shape on our country, the degrees of delusion that people are under that is preventing any level of class consciousness, because we see the litany of ways in which we are constantly distracted into this culture war or that culture war, because the last thing that they actually want you watching and paying attention to is the money. And we can talk about, I can say that, but when it's this cut and dry to somebody who desperately needs money, who's being offered money, but wants to bring in this outside nonsense, preventing them from actually receiving the help that they say that they need, that speaks pretty poorly to the current state of class consciousness in America.
So the Orange Powder Puff Man is at it again. Orange Powder Puff Man basically is telling all the homeless people that are in D.C. to get off the streets, or else you'll possibly be arrested. Where are they to go? Here's a problem, and this is where morality needs to set in for a lot of people, including the MAGA base. I thought this was the president that was going to fix and help the homeless. I thought he would help, not arrest them, not put them behind bars. It's not for the homeless. It's not for the veterans, because 60% of the homeless people are veterans. What is he for? Who is he for? Maybe I know. He is for himself. The Orange Powder Puff girl is for himself.
Trump is for the people, you know. He really understands us. Really. So, like, when he demands that all the homeless folks in Washington, D.C. get up and leave and, quote, go far away, you think that demonstrates how for the people he is? You know, homeless people who are well known for their flush with cash status and ability to make drastic life choices on the drop of a fucking hat? This miserable prick has never experienced life without a golden spoon up his ass, and you're sitting there acting like he's one of us. Let me learn you something here, Cletus. You are now, and always will be, closer to homeless than you ever will be to Trump. You know, he could lose 99% of his fucking wealth, and that would still be fucking true. So fuck you for the fact that you're more than willing to demonize the homeless community as being the cause of crime in Washington, D.C., like you didn't elect a 34-time convicted felon sex predator to go sit at 1600 Pennsylvania Ave for the next 4 fucking years. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like if you motherfuckers could see the hypocrisy in every goddamn thing you say. But apparently that will never come true because you seem to spout it at every goddamn turn. So get
Now, a litany of things can be true. Because I have lambasted the black MAGAs when it comes to them thinking that pushing white supremacy and a colorblind society, so therefore there has to be absolutely no equity whatsoever. I have lambasted the black MAGAs for their inability to get any return on their immoral investment. Like none whatsoever. I mean, Byron going through it. They all going through it. So I have lamented the black MAGAs and their miscalculation that all of a sudden they could pick me, their blackness, away. So we understand that color is not altogether irrelevant. But to those without means, why do you think at this point, given all that you've seen from Trump and how he's handled his billionaire backers and his stripping away of social safety nets and of rights and like, why? You seen what's happened to the farmers and the small businessmen, and don't get me started on states' rights, just going in and flooding cities and criminalizing. You still he's for you, still for you, the man of the people, still. How has it helped you? How has that helped you? We all know about the whole prices are going to fall, and he laughed at y'all about that before we even got to Christmas time. Then had y'all come down here for inauguration, had y'all waiting outside in the cold while he was inside with all the billionaires. Have y'all buying Trump watches with no T on them, buying Trump phones with shoddy reception, while he does a deal to get a jet that he's going to take with him when he leaves. I want to figure out, like what part, like I know about the esteem that you feel when you put on your red hat and you walk around down bad because he's done nothing to help you. I realize that little bit of esteem that you feel in that, but the part where your esteem is actually working against your ability to get the help that you say that you need. It's that part.
Wearing a MAGA hat in public is like panhandling for attention, bro. Like, you know, when you see a homeless person that's crazy, not to say all homeless people are crazy, a lot of them are saying just, you know, have bad luck, whatever. But we be somebody who's authentically fucking homeless and crazy, you do not make eye contact with them. That's how I treat everyone wearing a MAGA hat. They're not wearing it for support or some shit. They're wearing it for attention. And you're not gonna get it from me. Please leave me alone. Please, you are imposing yourself on me in this airport or Starbucks or library. Well, you wouldn't be at a library, but wherever you would be at, I pity you. Like, like, I don't know how to tell you, like, ew, dude. That's what it is. Like, people think, oh, you're just offended by right-wing honesty. Like, no, like, your comedy sucks. Your arguments suck. Everything sucks. Like, you suck, bro. Like, leave me alone. Like, leave me. You have the government. Take it off. Do whatever.
So, MAGA, if I got this right, you have to come off of your benefits your Mimar's Healthcare, the family farm, and your kids' education for the next at least several generations. Because he gave y'all some hats. Because you got some hats and a flag. So the flag and the hats is which by the way, once we have to go through and undo all of this, you won't even be able to display with any level of pride. They going in the garbage. It's just a matter of when. I don't even think you can put them in your garbage. You gonna have to sneak them out in the middle of the night and take them and get rid of them in the woods like you do raccoons. Like that's how this is going to end for you with your shame for having been a part of this. I just need to understand exactly what all you are receiving for working against not just your best interest, but that of the entire working class, while you self-proclaim how much you're struggling, while you point the finger at this disenfranchised community or that disenfranchised community, to the point where you got homeless people out here speaking sideways to black people and not taking money. I'll give them credit. It's effective. It really, you can't say he's not a salesman, because he done sold them homeless people something. Huh? Oh, it's not just here? Oh, we gonna come full circle then, huh?
Because how am I walking through the streets of London and a homeless man fixes his mouth to call me a black bitch? I'm genuinely baffled. This man right here with his whole entire chest, like, bro, you have bigger worries to worry about. Find a house. How are you gonna be racist and homeless? Pick a fucking struggle. Oh my god. Worst of ways, you know, I'm nice. And this is not even me trying to be like, I'm a good person. Because whenever I can, I will give money or food to homeless people. I would have bought him some fucking food if he didn't just call me a black fucking bitch. Now he's gonna go hungry. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I hope he's still there later when I need to go back that way, so I can walk past him with a bag of food in my mouth and say, at least this black bitch isn't going hungry tonight. Because who the like, I actually can't believe that that's just happened to me. I'm genuinely baffled, confused, bamboozled. I wanted to throw hands, but I thought, you know, I can't be the black bitch that punches this homeless person in the face, because then he's really gonna think black people are bitches. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe that just happened to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't think racism was gone, but if you're homeless, like, you would think man's priorities would be straight. Like, nah, he's thinking about how he's better than me while he's sat on the streets of London and his saint case, struggling to even get people to give him money for a cup of coffee, but wants to call me a black bitch with his whole entire chest. That's crazy. It's wild.
It is crazy. It is wild. And he is sitting there thinking about how he's better than you while he's sitting on the streets of London struggling. Absolutely. Racism is expensive. Racism is expensive. And if you find yourself down bad in life, it gets more expensive. It gets more expensive. It didn't just cost you an opportunity or a chance to better. No, now it costs you dinner. Now you're hungry. And you don't make good decisions when you're hungry. I can tell you that right now. Racism is expensive. So I hope you got it. I hope you. That's what makes this so particularly insidious. And lastly, I will say that typically empathy grows in amongst people that have been through where you happen to be. People that have experienced something like that, right, tend to be more empathetic. So for you to have that kind of attitude and mindset for people that by and large would be more likely to help you, that's why I'm here all the time talking about the financial state of America and the money that's been systematically removed from Black America because of how many opportunities and we have lost, how much generational wealth we have lost because we find ourselves far too often in circumstances like that. We understand that and therefore would be more likely to lend a hand and help you. But no. It's not a coincidence that the two sisters were actually they weren't just walking by, they were going to help you. And that's still the energy that you gave. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Tell you that. Had me, you know, this whole video was a struggle. Had me, the first draft had to go all the way in the garbage. I had to sleep on this one. I couldn't say, but I'm just gonna let that go.
We've hired Luther here to be my anger translator. Luther?
Don't even get me started on these motherfuckers right here.
So congratulations, wheelchair guy number 1, wheelchair guy number 2, homeless guy number 1, homeless guy number 2, homeless guy in England. Y'all are racists of the week. And quite frankly, you have really opened quite a lot of eyes to just how prescient LBJ happened to have been with that quote. You think those are the kind of people the National Guard trying to clean off the streets? Or if they say that they were racist, they let them stay? Is that like the secret word where you get to stay on the streets if you say that you called her a black bee? Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and to all of you guys that have reached out to me at admin@reesewaters.com. I'm constantly getting feedback like this from Aaron that says, "Hey Reese, I love your show and have just subscribed. I just have one question for you, and please don't think I'm coming for you. And full disclosure, I did take a gummy." Well, where this about to go? I think I just took a gummy is the new version of I don't mean no offense. Question, on the Vivek Ramaswamy anti-black show, why is your mustache sitting so far from your lip?
Damn!
This is egregious work. This is nasty, egregious work.
I take offense. I think I take offense. I think that must have been the gummy. That must have been. Now, yeah, let me just keep reading. How is it that I can help the channel? Well, one way you can help the channel is what you've already done, subscribing to the channel. Another way is by joining as a member. There are links in the description box to all of the videos to membership. You'll also find the links to my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, the link to merchandise, which is over at reesewaters.com. You could also join the Patreon at patreon.com/reesewaters, where you can get access to the newsletter. But one small but very significant way that you can help the channel is just by liking the video. Liking the video helps boost it in YouTube's algorithm and helps make sure more people get this information and these laughs. Well, hopefully y'all be laughing. I'll be laughing when I be recording the videos. I don't know, but all the other people in here just be quiet. But I think that's probably out of respect more than anything.
You don't find that suspicious?
Another way you can help the channel is by coming to the premieres. You know, I premiere all of my videos and I'm there in the chat along with the mod squad. So come help and enjoy all this goodness with everybody else. Kick your feet up, take your shoes off. Actually, don't do that. Don't do that. No, because I be premiering my videos early in the day and it'd be too early for corn chips.
Brother,
Keep your shoes on, but come bring your positive attitude and spirit and join with the rest of the class. And make sure you turn on your notifications so you know exactly when those premieres go down. But I would like to thank you all for your support up to this point.